It's been a minute since the last Dracula movie, and I really mean a minute. Like there's so many Dracula movies, and this is Luc Besson's Dracula. Hi, thank you for tuning into the Tom Bottelsen Show. Yeah, I am currently on tour with the beautiful noise, the Neil Diamond musical. We are in Naples, Florida. Wow, it's really pretty here. Like, it's really pretty. And this is my fun hotel room, this mini couch, which is nice. It is. It's so many Dracula movies now. So many Dracula movies, and this was supposed to be a review of Young Sherlock, which will be coming next week or the following week, because all the stuff's coming out. The Peaky Blinders movie just dropped, and I watched that, and I wanted to see Dracula for a while, because I'm a big Dracula nerd. As you know, if you watch the channel, I love monster movies, not horror movies, and I love Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy, Godzilla. I love all that stuff. I love all that, everything. It's all good stuff to me, but this one's a mess. This one's kind of a mess, and I want to buy everything you're selling on a Dracula book, on a Dracula movie. This one, by the way, Luc Besson is the director of The Fifth Element and The Professional, Lucy, La Femme Nikita, Has Game. Okay, Has Game, and this movie is visually stunning. The pictures in it are very pretty, but the story is, well, it's out there, and it stars Caleb Landry Jones as the Count and Christoph Waltz as Van Helsing. He's not Van Helsing. He's not called Van Helsing, even though he plays Van Helsing in the story. He's playing the same character, but he's not called that. He's just called the priest. It's a strange thing. He's taken moments of the story that he wants from Dracula, namely Dracula and the Harkers. But the rest of it, it's kind of out the door. I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, it's a mess. By the way, the novel. If you've not read the novel, if you've not read Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I read in college a billion years ago, oops, hit that, you should read it. Absolutely read the classic. It's fantastic. But it is written from a diary, journal, newspaper point of view. So you're reading from Jonathan's diary of what happened, from Mina's diary of what happened. You don't know the Count's point of view. He never has a voice. In the novel, I had to look this up, Dracula himself has between 2,000 and 4,000 words that he speaks. In a novel of 160 to 170,000, which means Dracula is in his own novel 1 to 2%. Which is why that is open, wildly open to interpretation of who Dracula is. Francis Ford Coppola decided he would go with the historical route to find out about the man whose the book is named after. Vlad Tepes is the Tepes family. I'm going to have to look at my notes on this. I got this off of Wikipedia, by the way, and a few other sources. I don't know how historically accurate this is, but so Vlad II, or Vlad Dracul, who comes from the Order of the Dragon, was a Romanian royalty, known for being particularly vicious. His son became Vlad III. Vlad III is known as Vlad Dracula, which is of the dragon, because his father was the dragon, he's of the dragon, and Vlad Dracula is known for impaling people on pikes, calling himself Vlad the Impaler. Which they whether the name comes from there or whether, I don't know. But Francis Ford Coppola went with that idea that, okay, this is who he was, and he shuns God's love, God's grace, whatever, and is cursed by God. That's exactly what happens in this one. And it takes half of the movie for the origin story of Dracula. And it's got suits of armor right out of Excalibur, the 1979 movie. It's, I think, some of the same chainmail, the same armor, and it's the same idea. It is the same idea. He's looking for his lost love. None of this is in the book. None of it. Zero. This is, interpretation to that. Also, the costumes as well from Francis Ford Coppola. Like the Count shows up looking like that, which is what he looks like. Like, is that a ripoff? Is that an homage? Is that someone saw a painting and he wanted him to look the same way, getting that same kind of idea? I don't know. Yeah, they give the names to the characters. Jonathan Harker, in the book, and in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, and in every other Dracula novel, is there to facilitate Dracula's move to London. Dracula goes to London, which is why he's got to go across the sea. He's going to get aboard the Demeter, which is the ship, by the way, Voyage of the Demeter. I've not seen, but I hear it's terrible. But the Demeter, Dracula kills everybody on board while his stuff and his home Earth goes to London. Dracula needs to be submerged in his own Earth in order to regenerate his body, or he'll die. That's not in this movie either. But he's not going to London. He's going to Paris. I don't know why Jonathan Harker is in this movie at all. I don't know why he was brought to Dracula's castle. Doesn't make any... they never bring it up. There's a lot of stuff that could have been solved with a single line of dialogue. I've said this many times. Tell me what it is. Don't let me wonder what it is. You know, by the way, spoiler alert, I'm just going to have to spoil this movie. If you're going to see it, you're going to see it. But there's a Beauty and the Beast component to this. There's a Beauty and the Beast component to this because Dracula's servants aren't the 3 vampires or other vampires he makes. The gargoyles of his castle come to life and do his bidding. It is never discussed why, or why that's a part of Dracula's curse, why he's doomed to walk the earth and can't go out during the day, except he can go out during the day. That's another thing that they do. They make a direct reference saying vampires can't go out. Direct rays of the sunlight will burn them. Direct rays. But then you see it all the time in the movie. You see it all the time. It's a little confusing and wonder why it's happened. And the gargoyle thing, back to the Beauty and the Beast thing, when the movie ends and Dracula is gone, the gargoyles turn back into little gray children who walk out of the castle. I'm not making that up. I am not making that up. Little gray children. I can't say children because they're not quite children. They're little gray children. I don't know what that is in reference to. I don't know why it happened. I don't know why children became the gargoyles. I don't know anything, and I need to know a little bit. You just need to know me a little bit. But because of the curse, it affected the castle, and it did the thing, and the children of the thing are also damned. Give me something. Give me anything to explain why there are gargoyles that move and do his bidding, who later turn into children who are allowed to leave. Give me something. The other thing that this movie does, that, by the way, if I say it before, I really want to like movies like this. This is right up my alley of stuff I love. I love Dracula. I love all this crap. I do. Dracula, the dragon. I have a dragon. I have another tattoo of a dragon. It's over there, actually. I have another tattoo of a dragon. I love dragons, and I love hoarding dice. I'm a dragon by nature, apparently. So, what was the other thing I was going to mention? Because there's so much in this. There's so much that just leaves out. I remember what it is. It's the resolution. It resolves far too quickly. They spend an hour teaching us who Dracula is and why he's been cursed and what he's looking for. He's looking for his lost love. His hope is reincarnated on the earth somewhere, and he finds out it's Mina. He finds out it's Mina, and then the good guys, the non-Van Helsing character, finds out it's Mina in about 40 seconds. And I'm not making that up. It happens in about 40 seconds. We're like, hey, the woman in the outer entryway looks like that woman. Hey, it looks like that picture. He's coming to get her. How do you know? All right, I'm buying what you're selling. I am buying what you're selling. I'm going on the journey with you. But at the end of the day, there were so many unanswered questions of why they did that and why they didn't do that. They spent a lot of money on effects and on costumes, and it is beautiful. It's a beautiful movie to watch. Oh, and by the way, Dracula can trance people and get them to do their bidding. He just does. It's in every movie. It's in this movie, except in this movie they've decided he gets it from a fancy perfume he buys. I don't like that. Give him power. He's got power to turn little gray children into gargoyles, but he can't seduce people with his mind? Yes, he can. He's Dracula. Let him have that. Let him have that thing. Yeah, there's no Renfield either. Because you don't go to London, you don't need a solicitor, there's no any of the other characters, there's no Lucy, there's no. The character's name is Dracula, that's true, and the Harkers are there. But the rest is just an artistic interpretation of who Dracula is, which you were allowed to do. You can do it. Do anything you want with any property. I am on board with you. If you sell it to me and tell me what happens, I want to like your movie. I do. And there are parts I did like, you know, and I'm down for a Dracula movie. Am I upset that I watched it? No, not at all. Not at all. Should you watch it? I think you should. It is $24 to buy. No, don't do that. Wait till it comes out on Netflix. Wait till it comes out. But it's not, I don't know. It's just, there's just so much that I couldn't deal with. Christoph Waltz is great, but you know that. You already know that. You already know Christoph Waltz is great. That's what you hire him for. He's great, and he is. He's very enjoyable. All the scenes with him are great. Big fan. Big fan. So, yeah, but we knew that. That's funny that he's in that, and he's also in the new Frankenstein. You know, you got a classic movie, get Christoph Waltz. Hell yeah, you do. Why would you not? So yeah, I've got to give this movie a thumbs. 2 out of 5 stars, I think, is what I'll give this movie. I wanted to like it. I wanted to like it a lot more than I did. So coming up next week, like I mentioned before, and I hope it's going to be next week, I might do the Peaky Blinders movie, I might do Young Sherlock, I might do a review of Star Realms or Dracula versus Van Helsing, the board game. I'm all over the place. One of those things will be coming next week, or there may be a week in between. I'm starting to go bi-weekly lately because of my schedule has been absolutely crazy on this show, and it's hard to get content out here in my hotel room. But I've been doing that. So like and subscribe if you like this content. Hit that notification bell so you know when my stuff drops. It drops on Sundays. They drop on Sundays. Yeah. So till I see you next time, as always, peace, love, live long, and prosper. I mean it.